I do enjoy a penguin now and again. Penguins are delicious. I eat penguins all the time. Anyway guys, welcome back. I know I've not done a hangout in a while. Been busy. What happened in my life? I've had stuff happening at college, especially engineer stuff. Really successful, really good. And it's not been good. Still been keeping an eye on flat earth. It's just turned into some kind of weird circus. I can see even flat earthers are getting pissed off with this. Just weird, this IPS guy. And I thought IPS guy would have learned his lesson when a ninja stalked him in his live raids. And I feel I done a good dunt to that guy. I made a good impression on him. I would even go as far to say that I was one of the reasons why I stopped these raids. Anyway, he's got his billboard up, and guys, this billboard's nothing. It's nothing. I remember in the chemtrail groups, they had the billboards up as well. Chemtrail billboards. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And who's paying for these billboards? Who's paying for them? Like, I heard a number like, was it $900 a day? Don't know. But who's paying for this? This isn't a grassroots movement. This is a psyop. No doubt, man. No doubt. In this math power land and flat earth asshole. I've said this. If you want to be serious about any subject, you didn't call yourself flat earth asshole. Come on, get real. Math Powerland. He was one of the first guys I listened to in flat earth, and he was really entertaining and amusing. And I think that he was just using this meme flat earth, taking advantage of it, making fun of it, and it's now evolved into something else. I'm not sure they wanted it to go this far. It started off as a joke, and now it's gone to like a culty level, activist level. I think it's a meme that started off as a joke, and it's just went too far now. It's went far too far. And even though my raids were effective on IPS, like my one-man raid on IPS, I got 200 dislikes, 200 thumbs down on my last video. I wear those thumbs down with pride, I tell you. 200, brilliant. But whilst I was doing my IPS stalking, I came across another channel called Authentic Intent, and this guy's doing live street interviews. It's a bit like Dell, what Dell does, but live. It's quite funny actually. It's entertaining again. But man, I've actually gave him more exposure, and he got the most views he ever had that night when I was exposing IPS raids. And it's like you get rid of one and you create another, and sometimes I feel that by being involved that I'm creating more interest. All of us that fight these people create more interest. And I think IPS, Math Powerland, Jake the Snake, Jake Asshole, whatever his name is, Mark Sargent, Pat Steer, they're all in the same camp. You're now seeing a divide now, a strong divide. You've got the IPS actors, the flat earth asshole, Mark Sargent, all these clowns. And you've got the sort of Dell and Eric Dubay side, which is trying to be more activist. And like Tim Osman said, that if this character, this pretend Tim Osman, this Infinite Plane Society guy, if he got in a debate with anyone about flat earth, they get ripped to shreds, they get torn apart. He knows nothing, he's provided nothing. He's never provided once a piece of evidence that the earth's flat, once, or an infinite plane, never. He would get torn to shreds. What he's good at is he's selling this lie. He's good at it. And anyone that's believing this shit, anyone that's putting this guy on a pedestal, guys like Issa Mihalski, guys like Ace McLeod, people like Nathan Oakley. I heard Nathan Oakley the other night there on Validation Boys. It was actually it was one of the better hangouts recently, Validation Boy, because for once Validation Boy regained a couple of vertebrae in his spine, and he started to speak out against the kind of status quo in his camp. But Nathan Oakley, I love what IPS do. I wish I was him. Oh. Jesus Christ, get a grip, mate. Get a grip. These fanboys are clinging on. And I think that's what Antonio was kind of doing when he went on Dell's. He deliberately went in that show in Dell's to just antagonise Dell and show IPS whose side he's on. So he's trying to get a bit of the action too for the Infinite Plane Society side. They're all kind of jumping that side. The ones that want to make money are heading towards that side. Definitely. the money makers are on that side of the fence. Both sides of the fence is bullshit. I know I'm wearing this t-shirt, but come on guys, the earth's not fucking flat. This is satire, and it's still for sale, and because I've not washed it yet since I got it. I've just chucked it in the drawer. It's now a bit more sniffy, added value. So it's 120 quid now for this t-shirt. 120 quid. Limited edition. There's only one. Look guys, buy your Earth is Flat Cause Water t-shirt. So like I said, I'm just giving my opinion. It's just I just don't know what to say, and I know Tim kinda pokes me a wee bit saying that I should get in debates with certain people, but I've watched him debate, I've watched Jeremy debate, I've watched lots of people debate, I've had debates myself. I've only chosen decent people to speak to when I have spoke to people. When I first went in to talk to somebody about flat earth, or debate them to a certain level, it was cathexis. And this was the guy that was at the top of his game then, and I just knew then and there that there's no point arguing with a fool. Like that Anthony Riley guy. Oh man, his wife or his missus or his mum or anybody in his life must be sick and tired of the excuse. He must be like a professional liar. He can just blah 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 blah. Just all talk, but nothing substantial comes out of all the lip flapping. So these guys, but I do think the Dell camp, even though they're talking just as much bullshit as IPS, but they're not in it for money. I don't think they're in it for the money. And if anything, I think Dell deserves something. He said his camera burst. God, I'll send him a camera. If these clowns are going to make money before Dell, I didn't even like the thought. I didn't care why you even feel offended by that, because I've been kind of against Dell for a while. But when I look at it this way, I just see Dell as a man, and I see these people as they're taking advantage of Dell, what Dell's done. I think because that Infinite Plane Society guy, he goes around and takes little bits from everywhere, makes it his own. Just a plagiarizer, and using Tim Osman's name, IPS using Tim Osman's name before he even broke into the scene. What's that all about? That means he already had an agenda before he actually made the YouTube scene. Before he made it big on YouTube, he already had an agenda against Tim Osman. So, has Infinite Plane Society been around this scene a lot longer than we think? Has he been just lying in the shadows as someone else? Could it have been this mysterious Andrea Sensei or Chenchi or Sensei, whoever it is? Could it be him? I don't know, but he seems to have money, a lot of money. I don't think flat earthers are donating that much money they can afford a billboard week after week after week. No way. Maybe an advertisement in a paper or something like that. When I seen the advertisement in Roblox, the kids' game, online game, and there's 60 million people a month visit that game, and I was thinking there must be money behind this, big money. Why is there so much money being put in to deceive people? What the hell's going on here? This isn't a grassroots movement. No way. Why? And if it is a big lie, a big deception, why isn't our establishment doing something about it? Like, if they've seen these, why are they letting these things happen? Is it just freedom of speech? Are people just allowed to put this stuff up? Because I suppose you do get, like I said, I'm sure there's been chemtrail billboards in the past, guys. When I was in the stupid chemtrail psyop, I'm sure they had billboards and stuff as well, and it was nothing. It didn't change anyone's mind. I think the big thing in that billboard is that the research flat earth. Within YouTube and conspiracy scenes, research is an important word. But to the normal person out there, they see research and they're like, research? You research? Show me. People don't want to research flat earth. I suppose I don't know why I'm complaining, because what IPS, Math Powerland, all these people are doing, they're making this scene look more ridiculous day by day, and it's good for people that think it's a lie. It's good. We shouldn't be complaining. Just keep doing what you're doing. They're going to have a rocket. And I listened to the guy, and they were calling him a rocket engineer and stuff like that, but he sounds more like an Evel Knievel. Some guy that goes inside a rocket and just fires himself away. Like, I'm sure he's nearly died a couple of times. You can watch one of his videos and you see the parachute coming at his rocket, and it just getting ripped to shreds, and I think he hit the ground at 10 G's. Lucky to be alive, this mad Mike Hughes. So they're going to put this advertisement on the side of a rocket. I don't know know if this guy's going inside the rocket, or if they're just firing a rocket up. But it's hilarious, guys. It's hilarious. It's IPS, man. And I just think they're all working together. They're all working together. And Dell calling Antonio a knob cheese the other night was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. I thought Antonio deserved that. He's been due that. He's been due it. And it's a pity that Dell's took in the video. And it's a pity that sometimes that he regrets that he said those things to Antonio. But I think he's well in his rights to call it that little weasel for what he was. And Antonio knew what he was doing. He went in there to antagonise him. When he first went in, he said, "I've got a bone to pick with you." And I was surprised that Dell didn't lose the rag there and then, because that's fighting talk for where me and Dell come from. When someone says, "I've got a bone to pick with you," that's fight talk. But he Dell his due. He kept his composure. And he let Antonio have his dig, and he even accepted it and put his hands up. And then Antonio still kept bip 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 bip. Brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. And Math Powerland was on the show as well, and it's just a total clown show, guys. Just a total clown show. Validation Boy was quite funny the other night there. He was quite funny because he's calling himself a conservative flat earther. He wanted to keep it all low key and quiet and like a secret society, but because it's getting mainstream, he's seen that the fact that it's becoming mainstream, it devalues it. It's like anything. When something becomes commercialised, it becomes tacky and cheap. When something's rare, like a precious metal, it's more valuable, and you feel you've got something precious. I can see where he's coming from with that stuff. VB wants to hold on to what he feels is secret knowledge, which is just bullshit, really. Anyway, guys, it's quite late. I'm just gonna go through a few points. But anyone that still believes into these guys that hang on like Isa and come on, Isa, get a grip, man. Ace McLeod as well, and Chris Truth Seeker, all these clowns. There's so many. It's not just these people, it's all the fanboys as well. And the quicker, I think this IPS guy is going to be finished by the end of the year. It's in quick, out quick. I think this isn't going to be something in the long run for him. It was funny listening to Dell. Dell's scared of flying. Like, how's he ever going to see the curve? Even if someone said, "I'll put you on a rocket, Dell, and we'll go up to space and we can look at the curve," Dell will refuse. He's scared of flying. So I don't know how Dell will ever know the truth, really. Crazy stuff. So you notice there's lots of hangouts going on lately, 24-hour hangouts. I've seen Tim's been having problems lately with a copyright strike, and this is something I've fought early. I fought this early on with my piss drinking videos and Antonio's daytime nighttime video. I kind of accepted the copyright strike for his one because it was a edited video. Someone put time to make that stupid piece of shit video, but someone, as much as it's a piece of shit video, someone took the time to make it, and there was obviously artistic elements to it, even though it was stupid. So I accepted the copyright. I thought, fair enough, I'll take that one on the chin. But when I was critiquing Patricia Steer and Nathan Oakley with their piss drinking, they hit me with a copyright strike, and I knew it was out of order. I was at college studying copyright laws and fair use and things like that, like for books and for film and for music, and so I knew, and I fought them. And the thing about fighting the copyrights with these people, that you have to put in your full address. And I've got nothing to hide. My name's Jed. My face is here. People might think I'm a conspirator or something like that, but I'm not that conspiracy minded. The fact that I put my face out there, I'm not scared. I don't think there's going to be a flat earth drive-by anytime soon. I still feel safe within this community, even though there's a lot of nutbags. I don't think anyone's going to be appearing outside my door. So, but I don't know, guys. I think it's coming to an end, and JLB's trying to get back in the scene with his Le Bon, and I've not even looked at his model, to be honest. I'm sorry, John, I've not even looked at your model, because if it's not the heliocentric model, it's just wrong. To be honest with you, mate. Just to be honest. I'm just sick of looking at all these stupid. People's asked me, even that Jason Awake Souls and that. I looked at their one as well. I'm sick of looking at these ridiculous models and things like when they say, "Well, prove the Earth spins." Prove the Earth spins. They say to you, and the way I look at it is, well, if the Earth doesn't spin, how fast is the Moon travelling across the sky? I don't know, because I think the Earth spins, and the Moon moves tidally locked with it and moves and spins around with it. But if they believe it doesn't, well, tell me, John Le Bon, how fast the Moon travels across the sky. You're saying that the heliocentric model version is wrong, so so you tell me what's right, or I'm not going to look at any model. And I feel that John LeBon and even Martin right now, and there's a few other YouTubers, it's any topic right now, they'll come out, and I've found that listening to JLB lately, it's just been, I don't like this new, he's trying to be satirical and funny, and I'm finding it quite, I don't know, strange. He's calling people conspiratards, and he's calling people normies. So the conspiratards and the normies. So he's creating this division. Like, you're either a conspiratard or a normie. So what are you, John? A John LeBoner. You've got the John LeBon fucking theory. Everyone else is either a normie or a conspiratard. It's like, it's just divisive the way you speak, I think. Bringing up these topics, the London events, it's a touchy subject, and whether there is higgery-jiggery and like, you know that by coming out of this stuff, it's just going to draw attention. It is going to draw hate to you, and I don't know why you want that. I don't know why you want that. Even if you're right, John, I don't know why you want to bring that attention to yourself. And same with Martin. That tower today, that tower block in London, I'm just waiting for the next conspiracy theorist to come out and say the tower didn't exist, no one died in the London tower, there was no flames. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of these instant auto hoaxers that just come out, and even if they're right, by the fact they just keep coming out instantly without looking at all the evidence properly that it was a hoax, it's just as bad on the so-called truth movement, because you just come across as insensitive because you can't prove that people didn't die. That's the thing, John. You could be right, but you still can't prove people didn't die. You can say they never died, you can say this is a hoax, and say that, and fair enough, but I still think that even if it's a fake bomb at a concert, I think the stampede, I still think there'll be people who get hurt, people get injured, even if it was a created explosion. I still think there's probably families out there still grieving to a certain degree. But this is what I didn't understand. It's like, they had that Manchester concert, and it was so soon. And this is the reason why people come out and think it's a hoax. Because to have a concert so soon, I don't even know if the victims had this funerals yet. And this just came by, everybody's jumping about the stage, and all the merch, the merchandise to Manchester, and it just, I don't know where they're coming from with this auto hoax and stuff, but it's just to come out so soon. Because when you come out so soon, you've obviously not looked at all the evidence, and you wouldn't get all the evidence either, especially when you're over in Australia and you're not in the UK. Like, maybe if you could go to the sites where these events happened and question some people, maybe interviewed some of the families, and you can maybe make a better judge of what really happened. But just to come out right away and say these things are hoaxes, and like I said, whether it's true or not, I still think that sometimes there's victims. So I don't really like. And I'm sorry, John, man. I know you respect my stuff, and I still respect your work, mate. But you went this sort of new direction, and it's not new in any way. But it's just, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, mate. It's not my cup of tea. Right. Another thing I seen was Tim Osmond speaking to a new guy. Was it Louis Brackett or Lewis Hackett or something like that? Some new blood in the game, and I think he's going to try and argue for the Globe, but he's such a newbie, man. He's obviously really intelligent, but he's such a newbie. You could see how frustrated he got in Dells. But an interesting thing happened was Jaren came on a hangout with the guy and Timmy, and Jaren went on to talk about this fucking rice in a jar, like giving one jar of rice love and one jar of like rice hate, like tell the jar you hate it, and tell the other jar you love it, and apparently the one you love stays fresher for longer. The other one that you tell you hated moulding away. And he says, I done an experiment. I put one in my kitchen, one in my bedroom, and the thing is, did you use a scientific method, Jeremy, when you were doing this experiment? Did you not think that maybe your bedroom was warmer than your kitchen? Did you try and do the experiment the other way around, like maybe put the one you loved in the kitchen and the one you hated in the bedroom, or vice versa? Maybe tried it with different rice, maybe tried different environments. But he's like, do you know what that means? That's mind blowing. That's mind blowing, man. You can tell rice that you hate it. And for fuck's sake, man, I thought these people were meant to be intelligent, and they come up with shit like this. It's like, oh my god. So, there's a noise outside. I don't care what that is. I'm going to check. It sounds like a fox. Jesus. The fox out there, I think it's looking for its cubs. It's like, it's howling, it's like a scream, man. It's haunting, man, actually. Anyway, right, have a look at the chat. Let's see who's in. So we have Ali B, how you doing, Ali? We have Carol Stenbeck, Jesus, know that guy. Channel Q, we have John Watson, we have Captain Bullshit, Louis having a laugh. That's another thing I was going to mention. This IPS, Infinite Plane Society guy, right? If he's so proud about his movement, if he's so proud about his society, his cult, why doesn't he use his name when he represents Flat Earth anywhere? He first used Tim Osman. Even when he wasn't big in the scene, he used Tim Osman for a book. Then he used Mark Sargent when he went to that council meeting, and then he used Math Powerland. Like, this to me is somebody that doesn't want to be held accountable for what they're doing. And obviously these names probably aren't real anyway, like Math Powerland and it's Matthew Boylan or whatever. That probably isn't even a real name. But the fact that he just goes around saying these names, you can imagine Dell, if Dell was going to represent anything, I think he would represent himself properly. He wouldn't use everybody else's name. You could imagine Dell going to some council meeting saying, I'm Eric DeBay, or saying whatever. So that's another thing that should make you suspicious about this Infinite Plane Society guy, that he doesn't want to be held accountable. And when you listen to his voice, guys, he's got no emotion. He's just like, hey guys, hey, yeah, what's this? Yeah, okay. He's just this one monotone. He's got no emotion. He's got no. You can tell these are the people. If you were a stand-up comedian, you don't want these bunch of clowns in your crowd. But Lewis Hackett, new guy. I hope he sticks around long enough to be able to handle these people. But he's really mainstream. He seems like a wee mentor for Timmy. But what was weird, I think Tim asked him the question, so what do you think about JFK, the JFK shooting? And I think Lewis says something like, the best bit of evidence that he thinks it was all as they say is, was it the comedian? The guy that goes like that was he. I was like, what? Bill Hicks, or somebody says that, he goes like that. And that Lewis guy was the best, because his head went like that, and that he's so mainstream. Tim, man, where'd you get these guys? What you try to do? You try to turn this all shit mainstream, man. Come on, man, we need to still have a small bit of discernment. We can't fill the place with NASA fanboys and mainstream, just total mainstream lovers, man. Come on, Tim, that was a bit shitty. Right, anyway, I'll look at the chat and I'll just round this up. That fox has disturbed me, guys. I think I'll go running out looking for its cubs for it. Right, let's see. So Channel Q's here. Laurie Gale, David Blackson. I've got I've just set up my OBS. See, I'm going to have, this is going to be my setup. I'm going to have a few chats, hangouts. Tim, you're welcome. Anybody in the chat, P Mars, Steve Anthony, Test Vision, you're all welcome in my next hangout. I'm going to have a chat. We can all bitch, we can all have a wee bit drama about what the drama. It's always the same. People say, we don't like talking about the drama or personalities, or that's what it's all about, guys. That's what this is all about. This is about the drama, the personalities, the weirdos, the freaks. That's what makes it almost makes it like this alternative. It's almost like the Dada art movement or expressive dance. When expressive dance came out, it was like to break away from the stagnant ballet. And same with the Dada art movement, it was to break away from like the traditional art forms. And Flat Earth seems to be just a fucking weird, it's like to break away from the traditional thinking of science. It's like modern art, it's like shoveling a shit. Again, it's like there's art, shit and a shovel. And that's what Flat Earth has become. It's just become this clown showy, distasteful, creative people as well. A lot of creative people in Flat Earth. That's a connection. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round this up because it's 2:20. I'm tired and I just can't be bothered with it anymore, to be honest. But like I said, I'm going to have a chat. I want to chat about more stuff. I went back to looking at Syria because before I got into all this other stuff like flat earth and persistent contrails and other sort of conspiracies. I was looking into the Middle East, and I watched the Arab Spring right from the beginning when it started in Tunisia, and I was almost predicting, I was predicting, I said to my missus, Syria, like a year before Syria happened, you could see the pattern going through the Middle East. And I was watching a lot of that, and I was watching this YouTube channel called Anna, A-N-N-A, and it's like a Russian sort of independent news network, and they get right in the battle scenes. If you think this is fake, guys, check out Syria right now, check out Damascus right now. It is flattened. They've got good drone footage looking at over Syria. There's ancient structures there that have been there for thousands of years, and they're just blown apart now. The place is just dust, because I've not looked at it for about a year. And I've looked back, and we're all squabbling about the flat earth and things like that. It's like this country's getting blown to pieces. These people with the first world problems, do you know what I mean? It's like, the shape of the earth. Like, so fuck, there's people fucking getting blown away. Whether the earth's round or flat, they just want to live on it. To me, it's getting petty now. It's getting pathetic. If they can raise this much money for billboards, but they can't raise money for like maybe blankets for the homeless guys in the street, you know what I mean? If people care about this shit, I don't know how much more energy I can give to these people. They're just energy vampires. They live off it. Sickos. The sick charlatans, this whole clown brigade, guys, and don't believe a word they say, don't believe anything. And this IPS guy, he's got a script, he's got a fucking script. There's no doubt he's sitting there I've heard him even turning the pages, he's sitting there with a script, and he uses certain words, and he repeats words over and over again to sound intelligent. It's like these kind of words that are rare in the vocabulary, normal people. What's the one he keeps saying? Misanthropic. Yeah, misanthropic. It's like, why'd you keep saying that shit? It's like, you didn't sound clever, you just sound like a fucking repeating moron, because you said it 100 times before. And he just keeps repeating himself, man. And to be quite honest, I'm just sick of the whole. And like I was saying to Tim kind of teases me for no debating these people, but there's nothing to debate. There's nothing to debate when it comes to the shape of the earth. I know this truth. When I've had people on Hangouts with me, I've never once tried to convince them that the earth's a ball. I've just asked them why they believe the earth's flat. I've told them my reasons why I believe the earth's round, and we usually have like discussion in between. And I've never once wanted to argue anyone about the shape of the earth. And guys like you being exposed, they're right back to the basic, they're right back to the beginning. I've been watching these debates for so long, and I've watched people debate much better than I can debate against poor flat earthers and still come out looking like they've lost. It's just it's a uphill, it's pissing against the wind, thinking you can debate these people, and they think the same way us. They think the exact same about us. And it's amazing when you think about this empirical evidence or empiricism, and they want to burn all the books, and they want to learn everything firsthand. But if you learn everything firsthand, guys, right, and just say you discover what you've wanted to discover, how are you going to pass that to the next generation with your logic? Like, if you're teaching the next generation that they have to experience everything firsthand, everybody has to go right back to the start again and again and again, and you can't evolve ideas or progress. You just have to keep going back to the start. That's why we learn. And it's just so frustrating to see all these people, and especially like you being exposed, and this Bro Sanchez guy. And I see this Bro Sanchez guy, he's got this like flat power thing going on with the black hand and the flat panthers. And to me, that's edging towards this black power stuff. And that's, come on, if I had a white power stuff, I'd be seen as a racist. Simple as that. But it's alright for these guys to push this flat power. And what Bro Sanchez and you being exposed, it's like, did any of their ancestors achieve what our European ancestors achieved? Is this why they're so easy just to throw it in the bin? It's because all the great explorers, all the great scientists, all the great astronomers, all the great everythings were usually European or American or from European descent. Is this why these guys just want to throw it in the bin? Because if their people had discovered everything that we'd learned today that made humans so great, would they be happy about us just want to throw their stuff into the bin? And they've got this hate for us. It's just, they pretend they're no racist, but it'll edge out eventually. It will. They keep on these beta males on the panels, like the only white guys that can survive on you being exposed are these beta males, these women like males that just sit there and do as they're told and shut the fuck up. Any alpha male that goes into his show that wants to really give him a debate, it's not going to end nicely, and it's going to end with him taking a paddy attack and shutting the show down like he usually does. Like he shuts everybody down because he's just a bad loser and he's a fraud. They're all frauds, every one of them. Anyway, guys, my missus is up, must be getting the bear and some. I just want to thank you all for coming. This is going to be the new setup, and like I said, I'll probably be chatting next time, having a hangout, having a wee discussion. We'll probably talk about some flat earth, but I'd like to talk about other things, about the events that's been happening, like even the elections here. These elections are crazy. It's so polarising, dividing society. That's what they're trying to do. It was the same with Hillary and Trump. It was just to divide. Same in Scotland, 45-55, yes, no. Independence, non-independence, split down the middle. They've done it in Scotland, they've done it in America, they've done it in England with the Brexit. Now they're doing it with the Labour and the Conservatives. The Conservatives won that election and they feel like they've lost. Labour lost that election and they feel like they've won. And everybody's just divided and chopped into pieces. And as much as people say that they want this one world government, this one world, this unity, at the same time they're so divisive. And that's what it is, guys. It's all about divide and conquer. Divide and conquer, guys. And they're doing it in the flat earth right now. They're dividing and conquer. Anyway, I'll see you at the weekend. I'll probably have one of these at the weekend. So I'll see you all there. Cheers for joining me tonight and just listening to my shit. See you later.